Once again, brothers and sisters, this is Brother Talib, assistant to Brother Talik of Operation Exodus, Mississippi. Also, I would like to say this before I go any further, to go on our Operation Exodus, Mississippi channel to watch the video we had for Soul Liberation Day this past Saturday, which was December the 8th, which included myself and him and Sister Rashida Strober and Brother Gary, who was on the hangout panel with us during this celebration. And because this is the only, reality that's going to get us anywhere. This is the best thing. Like they say, the best, bread ever made or whatever, this is the best thing that's ever happened for us. If we could just execute this ideal and put it in motion, by taking control of the politics of a state such as Mississippi, so that we could be able to achieve the opportunities and realities that we, only dream of doing under, the grip of our 400-year-old oppressor, which has not gotten us anywhere. So once we could take control of the politics of a state, as I said, then we could grow toward making these realities become real, and stop, working against ourselves on the individualist level like we always do, which is not getting us nowhere, So like I say, we need to be able to maintain ourselves in this direction, because this is our last hope shot. Everything else failed, from the Garveyite movement of the 1920s, the Moorish Science Temple movement of the 1920s, and the Nation of Islam, which started in the 1930s, and the original Black Panther Party and the Civil Rights Movement. We tried all that, and we still have not sufficiently gotten to the point of true liberation as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. So, like I said, because I'm pressed with time, even right now, I just wanted to simply state these things clearly enough to get this out there, because this Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign is very important. More so important than ever right now, as far as our situation in this country as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America is concerned. We have no time to be getting caught up in these other tribute things, these other dissective, small, short-term plan ideals. That's not going to suffice us into the real trueness of liberation that we never even have known as a people in this country up to this point in time. So we need to get on board this soul train so we could really make this happen. Or like I say, or as I said before in the other video, remain a slave for eternity. The time for marching, all the praying we have done as a people for over 400 years, and yet it's still to have not produced anything in terms of us being totally free from our present condition which is over 400 years of slavery, suffering, lynching, as we know now, as mass incarceration go, and all these other ailments that's keeping us handicapped as a people. If we want to change that reality, we need to promote this idea of Operation Exodus Mississippi, and we need to get on board and come with all, the ideals that's going to concretely help this plan work in terms of this mission with this platform of Operation Exodus Mississippi. So, like I said, all we need to do is stop playing with ourselves, stop playing with our struggle for liberation, and let's get serious. Because like I said before, and like I've said other times, they got them FEMA camps and mass concentration graves waiting on us. They got the mass graves as well as them FEMA camps all over the country waiting on us. They preparing, they at work for our total destruction. They already have saw that the drug epidemic of the crack era and heroin era has not worked to totally destroy us, even along with the penal form of slavery called mass incarceration. That's taking too long. So like I said, with this process now that they got set up for us and waiting on us called FEMA camps and mass graves, it's going to be what's going to totally destroy us. And like I said before, we won't be the first nor last civilization of people to get destroyed. History is proving that civilizations have been destroyed before, and we won't be the first or last. So it's nothing special about us as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, where we are an exception to that rule. So all these religious teachings that have claimed us to be divinely chosen people and all that, with the facts I just expressed, obviously negates all that, buffoonery. So like I said before, we're no exception to this point of what we're headed for in terms of destruction as a people. If we do not get with this ideal called Operation Exodus Mississippi, so that we could have a wide, big base to start from. Like I say, some of us is going to have to die. Some of us is going to have to suffer in the process to make this reality so that our later generations could see a better day and not know nothing about what it is to be a slave, what it is to be, stereotyped as a Negro, or discrimination, or Jim Crow. This is the type of future that we here at Operation Exodus Mississippi is aiming for. So all these other, like I said, personal ideals that people come up with, even in terms of reparation, businesses and all that can become possible once we take control of a state far as its politics go. All that could become possible. And imagine many more other things that we can think of could definitely become possible within our reach once we could take control of a state. So, like I said before, this is what this is all about. And we need to get on board with this soul train called Operation Exodus Mississippi. I mean, game over with, far as anything else, in terms of Kemetic teachings, Egyptology, Islam, all this other black conscious stuff that has not gotten us nowhere, whereas contemporary religion, especially such as Christianity, has not gotten us nowhere but only to fail us. You know, so like I say, we must really look at this on a whole broad scale. You know, and because, you know, the only thing it comes down to is that you will only wish, if you don't now, that you decide to get on this platform called Operation Exodus Mississippi. You will wish that you did if you choose not to. I promise you this. Just looking at what's happening to us and what the bleak future is looking for us now, right now as a people. Our future is looking very bleak in terms of total extermination, you know, which these white folks, of course, have laid out for us in terms of their plan to do away with us altogether for once and for all. So we want to, you know, prevent that. We need to get on board with this soul train called Operation Exodus Mississippi, so that we can definitely, you know, counteract that plan. Because God is not going to come, Jesus, Allah is not going to come do it for us. Nothing is going to miraculously come from the sky or any place else to do it for us. No holy divine prophet is going to come from out of nowhere, out of space to do it for us. We got to do this ourselves. That's just point blank. So, I mean, you know, like I said, if we want to keep playing with our liberation struggle like this, be my guest. Once again, as I would say, be my guest. You know. So, I mean, let's you know, think this over in a very rational way. We all must dig within ourselves, including me as well. We all must dig within ourselves as individuals to decide if we want to be slaves and die as slaves, or we want to be free in this process. I mean, because it's real. And come together in a common collective way to put ideals on the table that's gonna properly fit this you know, ideal into being put into motion, so that we could be free for once and for all as a people. We deserve this after all of what we've been through for over 400 years here in America as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born here in America. I mean, you know, we have to really understand that we have a right to be free and liberated from an oppressor, as others have sought out for their liberation from their oppressors in their own time in history. You know, so with that said, you know, I just wanted to add that on, you know, with other things I will be talking about soon. Peace.